We're talking about She-Hulk episode 9 here,
Yes, we are.
aren't we? And you might notice something slightly different about the show. We don't have Grim in the studio today.
No.
Grim's home, taking care of the little youngins.
They're upstairs watching the old Addams Family movie.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be much more entertaining than She-Hulk.
It really, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, She-Hulk episode 9, was it good?
So here.
He doesn't know what to say about it.
So I was hopeful, obviously, with the mild incline of the last 2 episodes.
Last episode, I would say.
Okay, yeah, I know you would say, but I'm going to say there was an incline in the last 2. We were on a bit of an upward trend.
Very slight.
And I feel like it was carrying over to a point where you were reaching the climax. And at that point, things felt awkward and like what was most of the show felt awkward and forced, first of all. But we hit another snag where all of a sudden people were smashing through the wall. The one wienery guy was injecting himself with Hulk blood and getting Hulk powers.
Goodness.
People like Hulk jumped through the ceiling as like a cameo thing.
Okay, so
and you know what? It was, if that would have been the ending, would have been awful. Would have been crap.
And let's just thank the comic. Let's thank Odin.
Sure.
All right, that wasn't the ending. Okay, because I don't know if there's anybody who felt good about, was his name Todd?
Yeah, Todd, yeah.
The whole thing. I don't think anybody felt good about him becoming a Hulk.
No.
All right, it was the most cringy thing in the world, and thank Odin that was not the final ending for this. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, was I surprised? I don't think so. But at the period, I was like, what a fitting end. Like, this is terrible. It truly would have been terrible. Thankfully, it was intentionally terrible.
But you didn't know, because the show has been consistently bad. So you didn't know if it was intentionally bad ending. So, but then the ending that actually happened
wasn't the greatest.
Was also, it wasn't as cringy as that would have been, I don't think. Because I have to give the show something. But
okay,
it wasn't good either.
Let's talk about what was good about this episode.
I don't remember.
It was cool when she broke the fourth wall, broke through the menu screen, went into the assembled. It was kind of cool, okay? And then,
so I'm not too familiar with She-Hulk. You're more familiar than I am. Is that the kind of fourth wall breaking that she does?
Well, it's as similar to Deadpool. Let me just put Mjolnir down for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she gets heavy, because I am worthy. Don't laugh, guys. So she's similar to Deadpool in that manner, where in I think Deadpool in the Killustrations, possibly, he literally jumps out of the comic books. Might have been another one. It's in the Deadpool Kills series. Okay. All right. He literally jumps out of the pages and then confronts and kills the artist writing the book.
He literally does? So he was in your home?
Not my home.
Oh, he was in the artist's home.
The artist's home.
But in the book at the same time.
In the book, he jumps out of the book and kills the artist writing the book. Okay.
Makes sense.
She-Hulk is not unsimilar in that manner where she can do kooky things like that.
Okay. And she was doing it before Deadpool even, so
I believe so.
we just
right? I don't know to what extent.
Sure.
I don't know to what extent and stuff like that. She's been breaking the fourth wall since before Deadpool. It was a cool scene.
Okay.
But I feel like that scene started to drag on until it took up half the episode.
Yeah.
Right? It was cool and stuff. She talked to the writers, and then they kind of hinted on, okay, you need to go talk to Kevin, which everybody's supposed to think, oh, maybe Kevin Feige, right? Which I thought for a split second, except for I had subtitles on, and it was Kevin Dot with the dots in the middle. It was right.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So which pretty much blows the whole surprise for you.
Yeah. It ends up being this bot that's writing the story.
Yep.
And she goes, hey, look, this is not how the story ends. It can't end this way. This is how I want it to end. Blah, 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 blah. And then they spend probably half the episode doing this. Instead of actually telling a story during the episode.
Yeah.
So it was cool, but I think they could have cut that a little shorter and made it just a cool effect and then move on. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. And I mean, realistically, I feel like if a bot was writing the episodes, then we would have gotten better episodes. So I found it unrealistic that a bot was writing all of the drivel that we've gotten previously.
Oh, that bot's getting fired.
Oh, for sure.
Because even with the rewrite, there was some pretty big upsets. Okay. First off, while she's talking to this bot, she says, I occasionally do this and I occasionally do that. And sometimes Matt Murdock. And she'd like to see Matt Murdock a little bit more. So what do they do in her ending? They just drop him in from the sky. Which, is it funny, I guess?
Yeah.
He ends up showing up right at the end of the fight, ready to go, and everybody's like, it's already done.
But, like, what did they tie up? You know what I mean? Like,
not a lot.
Nothing happened in the show, I guess, right? Like, nothing real happened in the whole show.
The main plot of this show is that She-Hulk is struggling, or Jen is struggling, to fit into both worlds, right?
Sure.
Did they kind of tie that up? I guess so. Like, did she figure her shit out? Maybe a little bit.
But did she?
Like she I guess she learned that she can be a hero on one hand and be a lawyer on the other hand and still do both. But I feel like, again, that could have been tied up in a one shot.
Sure.
Okay.
This is
and I think we are going to get some hate comments on this. We're going to get some hate comments on this because
that's fine. My
general research has shown me that people liked this episode.
Really?
And we just didn't.
Nope.
And unfortunately, we got to be a bunch of big man babies about it. Okay? And we got to tell people what we feel about it.
I feel like we give fandom a bad name.
I hope not, but that's what people are saying, or that's what person is saying.
Do you think we've given fandom a bad name by not liking a show, having an opinion on a show? Let us know in the comments, please.
Yeah, if you think we're doing a good job, let us know. If you think that we're doing fandom bad, nerd fandom bad, let us know, okay? Because we're just We're just doing it the only way we know. This show has not been great throughout.
No.
It was a half-assed finale, I think. Okay, there was a portion when she had broken the fourth wall, and she jumps in and she's talking to the writers, and one of them had a great idea. Okay, one of them mentioned, "What if it was all just a dream sequence?" Okay, yeah. I think that fits well with this, because if you just consider it all a dream sequence and then it never really happened, okay, then we can move on, possibly do it right down the road.
Sure, make a season 2 and make it right.
Season 2, throw her into something.
Make a short and make it right.
You're giving this character a DC level show.
Oh,
actually, their shows were better. The movies.
I would rather watch. I would rather watch a DC movie.
I recently watched DC's League of the Super Pets, a show about superhero pets, and it was quite enjoyable.
I've heard that, actually.
One of the best DC movies I've seen. Okay, and I didn't find myself cringing at it and going, "Hey, I wish this wasn't happening." So good on you, DC.
Yeah.
Shape it up, Marvel. Right? So Matt Murdock gets dropped in, and all of a sudden now he's part of the family.
Yeah.
Okay, getting hit on by the aunts or cousins.
I think the aunt, yeah.
All right. Whatever, I can handle that, okay? But there's a upset at the end of this episode. Okay.
The intro?
The intro, the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
They had the Hulk come back out of nowhere. I've come back from Segarra, and here's my son.
Like that.
Okay. Here's Scar.
Yep.
And then you open your eyes real wide, and you're like, where? Where is Scar? Because what they gave us
was not
the Scar that I was expecting them to give us. I was truly hoping for the barbarian kind of Scar, right? The Scar from some of the comic books and from Agents of Smash.
All tatted up.
Really like that Scar. They gave us Hulkling.
Yeah. Mini-Me Hulk. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Not real happy about that. Not everybody shares my opinion on that.
Some people like that.
Some people were okay with it, apparently. If you're okay with the Scar they gave us, let us know. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know a lot of things.
If you're upset about the Scar they gave us, leave that in the comments, okay? I did see a meme where Stan Lee's character from the hair cutter.
Yeah.
Who's that from? Planet Hulk? Not Planet Hulk, but Thor Ragnarok. The cameo where he was the hair cutter. Where Stan Lee was the hair cutter.
Yeah.
And there was memes about that character cutting this character's hair. Because it's like shaved halfway back and stuff, and a little weird. And I feel like the CGI wasn't up to par on it.
No.
Just an upset for me, and I think it's got to be some other people feeling the same way.
I would think so. Like, how, it was a series of upsets, like pretty consistently. Just
Yeah,
it wasn't entertaining to me, and I don't know why, because there's apparently people who really enjoyed it, and that's cool.
this show is a love or hate show. You either really liked it
Mm-hmm.
or you really didn't like it. And it's just one of those things where like Marvel fans are just torn into two sides on this.
Well, we weren't, thankfully.
You know,
We both disliked
it would have made for a more interesting show if one of us liked it.
Yeah.
You know, something to talk about. But like, it's just all in all. I mean, there was some okay parts in this episode, but then even that, the parts that I found that were okay felt like they dragged on too long. Just not a lot of great things to say about it.
You know, and I think
if there is, I'm missing.
Rolls down to writing.
You know, I felt like they even had a couple of jokes about the writing, and you know, it turned out just to be a little cliche because of the bad writing. So I don't know what's left to say about this particular episode. Is there anything I'm missing?
I don't think there's anything. I think it was, yeah.
I mean, it was cool to see. I mean, Blonsky, he was turning into Abomination, so he's now got to reconcile for that, which I guess can bring us into his escape.
Sure.
Right. We see Wong again. And he's taken technically creating another felony. Wong is Marvel's bad boy. You know, just watching some sitcoms and breaking people out of jail.
maybe we'll get a decent like mini or something out of that, like a Blonsky and Wong buddy comedy.
You know, they finally complete the story about like that that website that's been hacking her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a bit of a bummer.
They didn't do anything with it.
And like you said,
they
again,
didn't do anything with anything in this show. There was things they could have done stuff with, and they did nothing with any of it.
And the only part I can honestly say I really enjoyed was, again, there we go with Planet Hulk, and Scar, which is the Scar that, yeah, there's your Scar. there's the Scar we got and the Scar I wanted, which is not great as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, not real happy about that. You know, if we could just call this all a dream, we could do it right again, and we could get the Scar we want.
Nice reset. But yeah,
like I was gonna say, the part that I could really enjoy was, again, the side characters. Their little escapade into breaking into the cult meeting.
Yep.
Was entertaining.
Yeah, it was funny.
You know, those two characters were entertaining. They need to have a sitcom with the side characters in this series.
Yep.
And I think I would watch that.
I would watch that.
Aside from that, not a lot of development out of this. I don't think that, like you said, anything was really like there wasn't a real ending to anything.
But was there a beginning to anything? So I thought about that after I said it. And I was like, was there a beginning to anything? Did anything actually happen to start a story for them to have to wrap up?
I just don't. I think that there wasn't a climax to this.
No.
You know, a story likes to start off here, go up, you know, find its center, and then close it up with a nice solid ending.
I agree.
All right.
We got nothing.
All in all, I think I'm ready to give this a rating.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know what then? That's bananas.
It is bananas. Okay. I think that producer Laura is upset about losing control here. Okay. I gave the last episode, trying real hard not to say issue. All right. I gave it a solid 5. I was being generous because I enjoyed it just the slightest bit more than the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Hard to keep that. Like, yeah. Am I judging this for this episode or the season itself?
Just season. Let's just do season. I don't want to judge this episode. I'm annoyed.
I'm gonna give this out of 10 bananas. I'm gonna give this season crap. It was crap. I'm gonna. Oh man, it's hard because I don't want to be mean towards this. I want to.
You just don't want the bad publicity.
I don't even care about that, honestly. You want to say mean things to me, I can take it. I got tough skin, all right? Right, Mac? Mac's over there, by the way. I'm gonna it's a 3. Like the season itself is a 3.
Congratulations, because I clung on to hope, I think, for this whole thing, and this last episode let me down so hard. I'm gonna throw out a 2.
You're gonna throw out a 2, huh?
Yeah. Like, would I watch this if we weren't doing this show? I would have quit.
I would have bailed on it too, I think. Am I sad that I watched it? Yes. That was quick. I am solidly upset that this wasn't a good show.
I am too.
Like, I had high hopes about it. I don't care what anybody thinks about what we said.
From your build up, like talking about She-Hulk, I was super excited. I was excited to see somebody other than, Deadpool breaking that fourth wall stuff.
I understand. I understand that this was supposed to be a different kind of show. And that this was supposed to be less about pounding villains, and more about a character that's developing into her own skin, right?
Sure.
And finding her own journey. Sure. I just wish the journey was more exciting.
Yeah.
No matter what you say, we all got our own opinions about this. Ours, we found it not great. Let us know what you guys think. Do you agree with us? Are we complete buffoons about this? Is there something we're missing? Let us know.
What am I missing?
All right. Bring to light the things that we've missed that made this show great. Let us know. Seriously. All right. Other than that, I think we're done.
I think so. Hey, did you see that they're thinking of replacing the Colonel with Harrison Ford? Just as a Hulk-related.
Some Harrison Ford, huh?
Yeah. Mr. Thunderbolt. Captain?
Thunderbolt Ross. What's that?
I don't know what his rank is.
Mr.
Harrison Ford, though.
Ross as the Red Hulk.
Harrison Ford.
Very interesting. We'll put some thought into that. Mm-hmm. And then I'm a fan of the Red Hulk. And I'd love to see him. And obviously, there's a perfect spot for him in the upcoming Thunderbolts. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Anyways, take care.
We'll
see you next time. And, thanks for joining us through this journey. Take care. Bye. What do you mean? Is it a peach?
So the peach. This is a peach.
I got a fine ass peach.
Peach.
It's an apple.
Look at it. Peach.